All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by another live episode of Real Estate Titans, sponsored by Lion Bolt Media. I'm your host, Greg Fowler, traveling throughout the marketplace, interviewing the top real estate professionals in our field, essentially gathering insight, inspiration. It really drives and motivates these top producers above and beyond everybody else in what I'd like to consider a real estate titan. Now, our very special guest and featured everybody, I'm absolutely thrilled to death to have Angela Fazio on. Angela, you have no idea how excited I am about this episode. I cannot wait to share your story with the audience. So thank you so much for taking the time. It's an honor.
Oh my gosh, it's an honor for me, Greg. I have been excited about this because I've listened to your other shows and I love your style and your personality and your heart for real estate. And I'm excited as well. Thank you.
Yes, no, hey, the pleasure's all mine. I cannot wait for everybody to dive in and really just get to know you deeper as a person, as a professional, and why you do what you do and how you do it so great. So I guess, Angela, let's start with the first question, which is really just telling everybody a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I got in real estate as a second career, which is pretty common. I was a school teacher first for like 7.5 years, a long time ago, because I got into real estate in 2001. So it was quite a while ago. Yeah. The very first day in real estate, I met my husband, Chuck, who's also on your show.
Love Chuck. Big shout out. Big shout out.
No kidding, right? He's incredible. And so I did not like him at first when I met him at all.
Come on.
My problem, not his.
Right.
But we partnered up that year. I'm sure he told you our story, but the Reader's Digest version is when we partnered up that first year, we were total and miserable failures. Honestly, we struggled hard in 2001. And in December of 2001, we actually experienced, we were starting to get like ramped up. We had five deals in escrow and they all fell out. Oof. And so I really know what it feels like to struggle and try to reinvent the wheel in real estate. But thank God the next years were awesome. 12 million in 2002, 17.5 million, 22 million, 40 million in real estate with our baby little prices in Arizona. So I tried to figure it out the other day because I wasn't that great at tracking units, but it had to be close to 200 units that last year, just the two of us. Unreal. We had a team that did 89 million in 2005 apart from us. And it was crazy blessing. Like I had no idea how much real estate could affect my life. It totally changed it. You know, I tell people all the time, I've been happy broke and I've been happy with money and I prefer happy with money. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Well said. Well said.
Yeah. So we did open a brokerage at the end of 2005, grew it for 15 years. We were the second largest independent brokerage in the world. And now we work at EXP. So I get to spend all my time helping real estate agents grow their business and build in different ways. And that is my absolute passion. So I'm in my sweet spot right now.
Angela, I love that. And again, kind of going through the path and the story, I want to rewind just for a moment for the audience to one part, which is at the very beginning of, taking that leap to get into real estate. Why was it real estate for you in the first place? Like what really made you decide to go down that path from an educator to a real estate professional? Like what was that? The thought process.
So I was a school teacher and school teachers make no money. They make
Fair enough.
Found myself divorcing and I didn't want to be a broke single mom. And so I had met this couple in real estate and they're like, hey, you would make a great real estate agent. And I'm like, sure. That's not very exciting, but I knew that I knew how hard I was willing to work and I'm able to work. And so I thought, okay, it really wasn't that complicated of a process for me. I didn't really think very much about it. I just went to school and went for it.
Sure.
So not a very exciting story, but I just didn't want to be broke.
No, but that's a big driver, and again, part of your passion is looking at it from helping moms and women in the industry and really setting that apart to help guide and really going through that. And you've been through those trial and errors and every single day pushing it to the highest of standards, Angela. So I think it gives the audience a little bit more backstory. And so I love that aspect. Now, throughout your career, why was the adjustment to EXP? Because I want to give everybody just a little, thought process into your mind, Yeah,
fair question, because people thought we were out of our minds to close down our brokerage. It was very, very successful for us. And and it's a God thing for sure. I love Jesus with all my heart. And our heart with our business was never just about how much money could Chuck and I make.
Right.
It was always also, remember, I like money too, but I'm not
Yes.
afraid of it.
Nope.
But it's really more than that. It's how many people can we bring along with us? And the long story is we didn't sleep for 6 months in this decision of
Wow.
moving. We never intended to move our brokerage, but
Sure.
we got down to the to the conclusion that EXP can help agents better than we could. And that we had the propensity to help more people, because now I have partners all over the United States and in Canada, and we're starting to spread even beyond there. So
Right.
not here, my microcosm Chandler, that was great. I mean, we helped a lot of agents do really well.
For sure.
But now it's just absolutely no boundaries. And because that's how God's wired me, and that's how God's wired my husband, to pour into people, to build businesses, and to affect beyond ourselves. EXP broke down all the borders for us.
Wow.
So I have partners now. I just got off the phone with one from Wisconsin this morning, one from Georgia, one from Florida. I mean, imagine if your heart's to help people.
Right.
You know, imagine now you get to do it all over the place. Now I get to do it all over the place too. So that was really the motivating factor. They can offer far more and far more reaching than we could as an independent brokerage.
Wow. Okay. And I think that for anybody who didn't have an idea, that's painting a beautiful picture, Angela, is really your heart and your desire to help more and above and beyond yourselves and your current situation. And that, what a beautiful reason to make a decision like that and really affect not just, local markets and, consumers, but the industry as a whole. I mean, what a huge opportunity. What an amazing, thing to go through. So I did want to touch on that just in case if anybody was wondering why. That's why, everybody. And that's a big why. So I do want to touch on, before we go to the next question in here, because this is just so much great information, Angela, and your wealth of knowledge. I do want to talk about your podcast, specifically Moms in Real Estate, and just giving the audience a little bit of understanding about what that's about and kind of how they get a hold of that and the platforms, that sort of thing.
Thank you. Yeah. So I honestly believe that for success in your life, in any capacity, in any business, it really matters who you surround yourself with. So I'm really interested in getting to go out of my way to meet extraordinary people, right? And
Yes.
so I do a variety of things to keep myself around people who are extraordinary. And one of them is, and also to bless people. But part of it, I want to keep myself sharp, and I want to learn things, and I want to know amazing people. And so one of the things that we do is a Moms in Real Estate podcast, where my Kristen Cantrell is one of my long-term partners. She actually worked for me when we had the brokerage, and now she works with me as a partner at EXP.
Wow.
She's amazing. She is amazing. You should have her on.
Love that. Look at this. This is fantastic. You guys are the best.
She's so good. And she is probably, her superpower is her ability to connect people. Wow. Like, she's so good at it. So she and I co-host this Moms in Real Estate. So we seek all over the place for women who will be transparent and authentic and share their victories and their struggles. And what we really want to demonstrate is, I have 6 kids and 2 grandchildren.
Wow.
Right?
Love
So
that.
I don't want anyone to say, well, my kids get in the way of my success, or I don't have
no
time.
excuses.
No
excuses.
beanies, right? So we bring people on that have a variety of stories, hardships and struggles and victories. And the women who come on literally just say, hey, this is my story. And this is how we navigate real estate while being a great wife and a mom and a professional. Wow. So what our hope is not only do I selfishly want to meet extraordinary women, but I also want our audience to be able to say, I don't have an excuse. Look at her.
Wow.
I'm really encouraged by that story. Or, wow, she did it in that circumstance. I can too. And then sometimes that leads to us coming alongside people and helping them grow their real estate. And sometimes it's just a word of encouragement.
Okay. But I love the fact that you're actively looking and sharing that information and story, Angela, and it's super inspiring out there. I will have a list for you, by the way. please, anybody. I mean, I have been blessed with some of the most incredible women in real estate in my life and on this show. And so I would love to share them with you, and you pick and choose. They would all be, I know they'd be honored to be on your show, and I'll send you a list later, different topic, but I think that that's a beautiful thing. Now, when can people tune in and on what platforms for that?
We have almost all of our back episodes on iTunes.
Okay.
We have it on YouTube.
Love it.
It's on we go live on the Facebook page
Okay.
and YouTube Thursday mornings.
Perfect.
Arizona is weird. So sometimes we're mountain time, sometimes we're Pacific. At the moment we're mountain. So, but it's also 9:30 Arizona time.
Okay.
But most people just watch it on YouTube or watch it on the Instagram page or whatever.
Okay.
So
Love it. I'll have links in the comments down below as always, so everybody can tune in. Please subscribe, listen to this information. Absolutely phenomenal. And I kind of get that goes into another section because, again, Angela, you give so much of your knowledge freely, and you want to help people grow and succeed to the highest of levels, not just to real estate, but into their lives. So would you talk a little bit about your platform, on how you're helping and to, really power women and all those things? So what's that look like, as far as coaching, mentoring?
Here's what I realized in the real estate profession, there are a lot of women who work in real estate, right?
Sure.
But when you look at the representation, say in certain areas of achievement or certain, even in podcasting,
Sure.
the vast majority of what we see are men leadership, which I'm 100% fine with.
Sure.
We have extraordinary men in real estate,
right.
But I also know that I know how to help women grow much more than just a real estate business if they have a desire to do that, right?
Right.
So one example is I love agent attraction. I am a proud recruiter. I mean, I am not afraid of that word because that's part of our industry. And so women who are looking to grow teams, who are looking to, do agent attraction, for example, I have a Power Women mastermind group, and there's literally like 150 some women across the United States and in Canada. Wow. And every other week we just get on and we talk about how do we authentically attract people into whatever you're trying to attract them into by adding value, by, having great conversations. How do you bring value to people's lives, and therefore they want to be around you, right?
Right.
So, that's one of the things, just because it's a passion of mine, to teach people how to do that well. So that's one area. But most of it's just authentically meeting people and figuring out what they're looking for in their life. Like I'm really, really passionate about marriage. So I was on, you're going to laugh. I was on Donk's Real Life. A great friend of mine, Tia Moses Webb, and her husband, Trell. Her husband's a pastor, and he goes live every single day and brings people to Jesus. I love it, right? And so I was on Donk's Real Live. It's so funny.
That's great. I love the name. That's awesome.
That's awesome. You have to look it up on Instagram. It's extraordinary.
For sure.
Then, I just happened to be on it when they did an episode about marriage. Now, I am passionate about marriage because I had an experience of a terrible, lifeless marriage. And now I am married to my very best friend who here's a fun fact about me and Chuck. I'm going to jump around. So we have been together since June of 2001.
Okay.
I didn't like him those first 3 months or whatever, right?
That's right. That's fair. It's okay.
I didn't know about that. That was my problem. But since that day that we seriously started to date and everything, we've only spent one night apart.
Wow.
Ever.
That's incredible.
Well, first of all, that was pre-Jesus. So yes, even before we were married.
Wow. Yeah.
Full disclosure. But
sure.
And the only night we ever spent apart was because of, I'm sorry to be pointy with my thing.
No, you're totally good.
was because of COVID. He got kidney stones and had to go to the hospital, and they wouldn't let me in, right? So I spend literally 24/7. We work together. We run all of our businesses together. We date all the time. And so I have the experience of this horrible, lifeless marriage. And then I have this one.
Wow.
And so I'm really super passionate also about helping women, because I'm not shy. I'm super independent. If you would have told me, Greg, one day you're going to submit to your husband, I'd have been like, no. But here's the thing, I recognize that you can be a strong, independent, successful woman and be a submissive, wonderful,
Wow.
godly wife. And in
Wow.
fact, what I learned is, I know this is really off the topic of real
No,
estate,
this is great. This is great.
but actually it is freeing to be
Hmm.
submissive to a godly husband who submits to Jesus Christ. So
Wow.
here's what I discovered. I know how to help women
Hmm.
who are willing, who have ears to hear,
For
to
sure.
understand that. And
Hmm.
you can succeed farther than you've ever imagined. You're happier and full of joy, and you
Hmm.
have more to give to other people because of this concept. Now,
Yeah.
that belongs to real life. I happen to be on the episode
Okay.
where I was talking about marriage.
Hmm.
And we literally got 22 couples to commit to go to a program that's a masterclass for marriage.
Wow.
Come on now, who gets to do that? You know,
Wow. That's
who gets to
incredible.
do that? So
Sure.
I'm just passionate about people. But well, actually, I'm an introvert. Fun fact too. Chuck and I
I
are both introverts.
I would not pick that up
100%.
whatsoever. Get out of
100%.
here.
So the
Okay.
other thing I like to teach about, and I would love your audience to reach out for me for any reason. Like, I
Yes.
also like to talk about the DISC assessment, which is a personality assessment,
Okay.
because by having knowledge, I have a great training I'll give to anybody,
Okay.
but by having knowledge about how God wires people,
Hmm.
the DISC, it's common,
Hmm.
then you can better relate to people. You can better serve them because you're able to connect with them with communication and
Hmm.
personality style in a better way so they can receive what you want to give to them. That's great when you're real estate, any sales, relationships, whatever. And so,
Sure.
by learning that difference, so introvert, right?
Hmm.
I'll go speak in front of thousands of people. I'm not shy about that. But
Sure.
introvert means, do you gain energy from being around a lot of people? Do you need people to have energy? Or after a full day of being around a bunch of people, are you drained?
Hmm.
Drained,
I
right?
see.
Introvert.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Chuck and I would be very happy in a paper bag all by ourselves. That's that's not how you serve people. You know what I mean?
That's not, and that would not be just doing a service to the community and everybody out there. We need you guys. We need you both. Like that would not be good. No paper bag. No paper bag.
Right, right.
But Angela, I love the fact that you're sharing all this information and knowledge, and again, you're showcasing your passions and helping people and serving, and not just about real estate, but relationships and balance and God and all these different things that truly matter. This is life. It's not, there's not one way to look at things. And everybody out there who's watching and listening, hopefully they can feel your energy and understand, really your passion behind all of these topics that we're going through. We were talking beforehand, and I really want to make sure that anybody out there who is liking what they're hearing or going through, we're going to have links in the comments down below. Angela's contact information. She was so gracious just to, give that over so that if you want to reach out to her, text or email or connect with her on social media, it's all going to be there for you. So please do. I encourage everybody out there who's watching or listening. Angela is a wealth of knowledge. Now, but speaking of that wealth of knowledge, I want to tap into that side in addition to what we've already discussed, to the second question of the main category, which is, if you could look back at your career thus far and pick or choose one or two things that you might have added to your business or to your life that you really saw the needle move in a positive, you really saw growth, or any advice that you give to anybody who's watching or listening that way, what's that look like?
That's a really good question, by the way. That's a great
Okay.
question. Somebody once asked me, if you could change anything, what would you change? And the answer is nothing, because the reason why I am where I am is because of what I've experienced. But
So true.
what I've realized is, people say things too cliche, like, oh, it really matters who you surround yourself with,
Hmm.
or, don't reinvent the wheel, surround yourself with people. Those
Sure.
are not, those just shouldn't fall off your tongue. So we learned
Hmm.
a couple of things. It sucks to reinvent the wheel.
Okay.
It does.
Right.
There's no reason for it.
For
There are,
sure.
and I'm learning this even more as I grow and get older,
Right.
that there are so many extraordinary people out there
Mm.
who are willing to help you get where you want to be, who actually get a charge out of helping you to become the most successful person you can be.
Wow.
So if you don't look around and find some of those people,
Mm.
you need to quickly change the people you are around.
Wow.
So a really good concrete example would be,
Mhm.
back in 2016, I'm a complete nerd, really, I am. And for my birthday, I'm sure Chuck told you this because it was significant.
Okay.
For my birthday, I asked for him to take me to a Dave Ramsey Entre Leadership Master Series.
I don't think he told me that. I don't think he told me
Okay.
that. This is good. This is
So
great.
this was in 2016. We
Yeah.
had something like, I think we were doing like $750,000 in production as a company,
Okay.
something like that, 350 agents. And I asked to go to this for my birthday.
Hmm.
Chuck has a hard time sitting still for like 2 minutes. I mean, it's true. And
Fair.
so we go to this series, and it's 3 or 4 days of literally all day information. And we were on the edge of our seats, absolutely on the edge of our seats. We heard business training. It was outside the real estate realm, right?
Okay.
We
Right.
heard business training, and we got at the end of those 3 or 4 days, and I looked at my husband, I said, good Lord, we don't know shit. We know nothing. Excuse my language. Like, we
No.
don't know anything, which was great news. Like all of a sudden we felt like, wow, look at all of these people who are way smarter than us. And they just poured into us and gave us information. And we went back, and in just a couple of years, we went to 2 billion in production. We expanded, to almost 900 agents, because somebody was willing to deliver exemplary information to us, and we were ready to hear it. That's everywhere, you guys. You just have to go find it. And if you don't see it around you, you need to go run in a different direction.
Angela, that's such beautiful advice out for everybody there. And Chuck, so Chuck did mention that I don't think he mentioned that it was a present, which is an awesome present. I don't think you're a nerd at that at all. I think that's an awesome gift to ask for and to receive. And I do remember him saying the same thing. You guys were in a very specific place, and, to go there and then to say, wow, look at how much is still there that we haven't implemented, that maybe we could change and adjust. Even coming from somebody who's done so much and hit so many high notes, there's always somewhere else to go. There's always someone else to learn from. And what a beautiful example for everybody out there who's watching or listening, is because we have such a diverse audience, whether they're brand new in the business or they've been doing this for 30 plus years. So when we're talking about some of the seasoned vets, I mean, they understand what you're talking about, Angela, is they're always learning, they're always growing, they're surrounding themselves with great people, and they're implementing and taking action. It's harder when you're new, and not everybody has the proper guidance and steps to take, and really that information at their fingertips. And that's why I love what you represent, is you're really trying to guide and you're trying to help. And it doesn't matter what standpoint there are, as long as they're bettering themselves in their lives. And it's just such a great message out there for everybody. I mean, I can't think of a single person that wouldn't benefit from really committing to that and saying, I want to go out and learn from other people, having opportunities to have success. And that's what I love about you and Chuck, is you guys are so giving of who you are and what you know. And the people that know you, and I've been very blessed recently to get to know you guys, you're so selfless, and it's so hard to describe unless if you're engaging with you guys. So for whatever that's worth out to the audience, that's my endorsement, if you will. I think
appreciate you. Make me sound way better than I am.
No, I don't. I'm not even doing it justice. Not even doing it.
So here's what's so cool. It's part selfish too, Greg, because I am so energized by being around people who want to go after it and who are passionate. And I am so done working with weenies. I hope I never have to work with another weenie again. And I just want to encourage people who are out there. If you're like, I just want to go after it. I might not know exactly how to do it. I might not know all of the answers. Nobody does, by the way.
No.
Nobody has it all together,
Well
right?
said. Well said.
If you feel like that and you feel like you're bursting out of your skin and there's nobody bursting out of their skin with you, don't feel like you're unique. I mean, yeah, you're unique. We're like a small part of the population, but there's so many of us out there that just want to go after it. And it's not because of any other reason, except that's just the passion that we were blessed with, is to go after things. And so people who have that spirit, or that entrepreneurial spirit, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care what you call it, it gets bigger when you're around people who have that same thing. And you guys, we're everywhere. You just got to go out and find us, because when you put that kind of a passion and a drive next to somebody else who has that passion and drive, everybody explodes. And it is euphoric. It
Mm.
is unbelievable to surround yourself with people like that. And I have to be honest, I got a little caught up with running a brokerage
Hmm.
with trying to fix weenies.
Right.
You can't
Yep.
fix, you can't fix that.
Can't do it.
And
It's
you don't
tough.
have to, because there's plenty of people who are so happy to go after things. And that's what's so exciting about any business, but
Mhm.
particularly in real estate.
And I love that about what you do every day, Angela. And I want to encourage everybody to reach out. Now, you're so giving of your knowledge, but also your time too, Angela. So with that being said, the people that are watching and listening, they can reach out to you directly to have a free strategy consultation. What does that look like? What do we say for that?
They can actually look at a variety of different ways. I will give you my book,
Okay.
which is anybody who wants it. I can say it without guessing. It's a good book. Like,
I
it has,
love that. I love that.
it's very short, easy to read. It really speaks to the mindset of success.
Mm,
If somebody wants to talk about, how do they move forward. Now, I
mm,
don't really want to talk about open houses. I mean,
sure.
I'm more like higher level. Where are you
Hmm.
going in your career? What are you how are you looking to build? Who are
Mm,
you building it with? Those kinds of things. I'm very effective. If people are brand new,
hmm.
and I do a Zoom every 2 weeks with students who are either thinking of getting into real estate or who are in real estate school or about to graduate or whatever. And I
Okay.
just talk about, hey, listen, how do you think about your real estate career? What should you be thinking about when you're making decisions about
Mm,
where you hang your license? What should you be looking for? What questions should you be asking?
mm,
How do you lay some foundation stones so that you have the best chance of success, so you're not part of that 80 or 90% failure rate?
mm.
So there's a variety of things that people can plug into. And if I don't have a resource, when you reach out, I'll just say I don't have anything, otherwise I'll plug you in wherever I have a resource.
Oh, I love that. I love the honesty, the character, the integrity, Angela. I mean, that's so wonderful. And again, I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for you taking the time and really sharing just selflessly your message and your story and why you do what you do. And I know that it's inspiring so many every single day, and inspiring the audience and myself as well. So, Angela, I can't thank you enough. You are an official real estate titan, so that is a badge of honor that you can wear proudly out there. But Angela, it was a pleasure and honor. Thank you so much again.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, and everybody as well, thank you as always for your time and attention, your love and support. If you like Here with Doing with Real Estate Titans, please don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what to do at this point. I do need to give Lion Bolt Media a quick shout out. If you're in real estate, you're looking to grow and scale your business on the digital end, please visit lionboltmedia.com for more information. We are live on Titans every Tuesday afternoon, a different Titan, a different location. We'll catch everybody in the next live episode of Real Estate Titans. Take care. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you.